This is the explanation on how to do a 3-ball juggle. To begin this, we start with 1 ball. We want our feet underneath our shoulders, nice and comfortable, and our hands straight out. Start by throwing the ball in a nice arch, back and forth. You want to make sure that the top of that arch is just at your eye level. Just going over top of it, keep an eye on the ball, and try to make sure that your hands aren't stretching to catch the ball. That way you're keeping it nice and tight. And when you're comfortable with this, then we'll move on to 2 balls. Now let's talk about how to use 2 balls. With 2 balls, what we need to do is start with 1 ball in each hand. We'll throw the first ball up in the same arc as we did with 1 ball. Just when it starts to come down, we want to release the second ball up. The first ball goes up, second ball. Up, 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 up. Always start with the same ball. So we're starting with the plain red, up, up, and again, starting with the same red, up, up. Exact same pattern as with the bottle crossovers. The 2 balls chasing each other in a figure-8 pattern. This is the most difficult level of juggling. Once you've mastered 2 balls, the 3rd ball is pretty easy. With 3 balls, we start with 2 balls in the same hand and 1 ball in your other hand. We're going to take all 3 balls. The ball on the outside will be the first ball to go. So just try it a couple of times, just using these 2 balls. We're going to keep the 3rd ball in the back of our hand. Up, up, down. Up, up, down. Now this time, I want you to do the exact same motion, but we just want to release the 3rd ball. Doesn't matter where it lands for the first few times, it's just so you can get to understand where it's going to be going. So here we go, starting with the blue, up, 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 up. Once you've done it a few times, just count the amount of catches you can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then try to move on to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once you practice a bit more, it'll become a lot more easy. Here's a bunch of different patterns you can do in the juggling. Here's some fun different patterns with 3-ball juggling. This is called a cascade. To reverse the cascade, we want to throw over top. Start by just throwing 1 ball over the top of the cascade. This is actually called tennis. And if we throw every ball, it becomes a reverse cascade. And back to the regular cascade. All right, let's talk about juggling 3 bottles. We already covered how to do crossovers, where we start with 1 bottle and we cross the bottles over, always starting with the same bottle. So I'm starting with the red, throwing it over, starting with the red, throwing it over. Once you've mastered 2 bottles in the crossovers, it's time to move on to 3 bottles. 3 bottles, we use our multiplex grip, and we're going to throw the first bottle out, just like we did with the balls. The first bottle goes up, the 2nd bottle, and then the 3rd. It has to get out of my hand before the 2nd bottle comes down. Practice throwing doubles. It's a whole lot easier to catch a juggle out of doubles. The singles, they just take too long to come around and they're a little wonky. So, here we go. 2 bottles in 1 hand, throwing it out to the side, up, up. Throw it a little bigger at first, gives you a little bit more time in the air. And as you get more control over the 3 bottles up in the air, start bringing it down and see if you can get it a little tighter. Big again. And tighter. And to stop, we just do 2 bottle catch in 1 hand, catching the 3rd.